The aims of this video are firstly to get you used to how to super cruise effectively from one destination to another, but also because of this, now I need to get this inventory easily into your bank balance. We'll gonna need to do some things. Firstly, we need to get you to the correct system. Pardon me, I keep losing tracking. I don't know how good this video is gonna be. So firstly, when you get in your ship, open up Starport Services, go to outfitting on the right there. This is where I spend hours in this thing tinkering. So what we're going to want to do is you strip down the ship as much as you can. So remove all the guns. So you just go to select one, transfer options, and store. Store all your hard points. Give it up. Don't need them for now. I doubt you've got any utility mounts. So if you do, same deal. Store them away. Don't touch core internal at the minute. Optional internals. Now, when it comes to actually doing this, I want you to practice first. But get rid of your shield generator. Strip out everything, put cargo racks in them, except for, so you'll have something that looks a bit more like this, with twos and things. We need to get you something called a collector limpet in the number 1 slot. The rest will be the highest cargo racks we can get in there. And then you'll need 1 collector limpet, and then we will start shifting over the void for opals, but that will be in a system that is buying them for 1.6 million. After a few runs of that, you'll have enough to buy a bigger ship quickly. Same deal, and then we get that transferred over to you, because it means then I can fly my other ship, because at the minute I can't move from this ship. So how do we get to that? First of all, we need to get you mobile. Now on your left of the, I'm gonna read my controls out. Like for me, that's pinky shift and hat switch, the thumb middle one on the joystick left, and that opens up this menu here. I'm really worried about this tracking though. I may have to re-record this, I'll see. And then we're on in the navigations panel. Now I am actually at Blueford. You will be terrific, so you'll be there. So I'm doing it in reverse of what you should probably try first. So anyway, I'm locking that destination in. I'm returning to the surface. Now remember, you will be on an outpost. I am a starport, so it's a little bit different here than it is there. Now some of the basics principle, if you look, it's a toaster rack really, but you follow the greens with the red on your left, because it's port and starboard. So that disc that is actually above it, we're kind of upside down on the entrance there. So we will fly with the disc below us to the right hand side as much as possible, bearing in mind this is quite a wide ship, so I'll take up some of it, but you always want to be away from the reds. So and you'll hear the ATC say follow the greens on your way out, so we're going to go ahead and do that now, which is I launch vertically up using my left index on the throttle stick. There's the directional pad there. There's some weird things. There's a beluga there taking its time, that's fine. Right, so next will be to pull my landing I'm in mode 2. That pulls in. Now I switch to mode 1, assuming you're using an X52 with the bindings I send you. I will invert my pip. Auto engine. Now I've got 4.5 minutes to get through this shit. It's not looking good here.
Please fly safely, Commander.
Yeah, they need to get a motherfucker in my way, don't they? Right, flip it up, see how they're all the same way. I am just gonna go because there gets blowing up in a couple of minutes. That's me out of the stuff. Now the speed limit is 100 meters per second.
Make way for oncoming traffic. Restrict your speed.
Okay, right, I've just restarted. Let's see. So, next to the V there's a little target. Bring that round. It means the target is straight in front. Boom. That's where we're going. Just to demonstrate. Right, it is directly behind me and it is hollow. See that? So as I come around 180 degrees, it's solid again, means it's in front, and boom, it's there in front. I did briefly see a human player there. Hollow squares, that's a human ship. There's a view down there. Triangle has the guns out, square doesn't have the guns out, solid means they're AI, hollow, commander, possibly in danger. Okay, so we're ready for Super Cruise because we're out of mass lock, means we're far enough away from the station so that we can engage our, I want to say quantum drive, but it's not. So whatever your button is, for me it's pinky and my left index to the left, and that starts up my countdown, and then we shall enter into Super Cruise. Now this is Super Cruise with orbit lines. All the lines are ugly but they are handy. There is a button, it's toggle 6, no toggle 5 on my right stick to turn off. You still get all this ugly shit, so but I have it on for navigation on. Right, so we are full throttle. We are escaping the gravity of the planet that we were in orbit, the gas giant just there. See that white ring? That's a gravity well. So we are under the influence of that system and that one over there. See how they're affecting our speed. So we'll start to pick up acceleration now, but then we will slow down again because of this planet just coming up at 11 o'clock here off the nose, which is a long shitty name, but there you go. See, and it will slow down because it's affecting us. I'm gonna die, and oh no, we're fine. So we carry on. Now, traffic dock is 90,000 light seconds away. There's about 6 minutes flight time, possibly. So what I'll do is, from about now, I'm going to fast forward it to the approach because that is the next part of the lesson, sort of thing. The key things that you need to have bound, that if you copy my stuff, if you have the same joystick, my function key, my start and reset buttons on the MFD, probably I've just had to they are jump toggle, 75% engines, 100% engines. Now you can bind them, a lot of people bind them on the numpad things. They are crucial bindings to have. for any successful cruising to be achieved. I'll explain why as we come into the other side, so it's probably going to speed up. I don't know what to do to think. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, so we're approaching this star with its own system, which is where you started. I'm cruising in, so you would have seen how long that took. So the key thing is now we are locked onto the target, terrific dock. We have 2.7 thousand light seconds to go. The bottom number is what we're watching. You see it's a countdown timer, that's an ETA. Now it's not an accurate ETA because time and space change. What we are looking for, whilst constantly keeping our target on those, is we are looking for 00777 or the lucky number 11, whatever you want to remember it by, number fucking 7. That is key to it. Now at the point of hitting 7 seconds, we will hit 75% engines. It will be the middle button on the MFD to your left if you're using the X52, or it'll be wherever you bound, 75% forward thrust. My big throttle stick is going forward still. I won't touch that because this will override that positioning. So we've got 10 seconds, keeping my nose on the target. 13. Now, what we do after that, right, 9, 8, 7, down to the midpoint of the sweet spot on the throttle to the right of the radar. Now, it's going to settle in at around the speed, it will vary, it's down to 6, it doesn't matter. Now, as the planet or the station comes into view, we are going to do something which typically I'm lined up quite nicely for. Is I'm putting my nose to the planet. Now then I'm going to put it level between the two. Now the centre of the station's here, planet's here. I'm aiming for the middle. Most stations, bigger ones, starports, face the planet, so they'll be pointing that way. So then we want to come in to the middle, into the equatorial plane or gravitational plane, and then roll in and come out flat. Now, if this was a starport, we should be nicely lined up. I'm now covering with, on the left-hand MFD buttons, the left one, the function button, I think it's called, because as soon as it comes up to safe to drop, there you go, I drop out, I just hit the button, we're in. Now, I'm just going to slow down. I cannot land here, but my drill to land would be, I set all power to shields or systems, so with my right thumb on the middle hat, the left arrow, or move it all there, I'd be in landing mode as well, that's mode 2. I would then, with the clutch button, I would press the landing key, and then this is where I've tweaked it because of voice attack profiling and stuff. The one main thing I loved about that was a macro to request docking permission. Right, you cannot request docking permission until you are 7.5 kilometers away. So I would be flying in now. I wouldn't have stopped, and my speed at full throttle will not go over 100. So I'm also full throttle, not speeding, flying in. So now I'm going to do it anyway. Is shift and landing gear. It automatically pulls up this profile. I'm not touching anything. It's going to request it. It's going to tell me to fuck off. You've got a too big a ship, and I'll be like, fair enough. Normally, I would then just press the back on the right stick, and I would clear that, and I would reset to just fly in. Purely, I wouldn't touch the throttle now. Landing mode has some special buttons for thruster forward and back, which is beautiful for landing, getting it precise. Now, at some point I may be landing and I'll talk you through that, but for now I have requested permission. They would have given me a landing pad. I would be underneath the V, the little target window, the little circle, that will actually point to your landing pad. A lot of people don't realise that when they get lost in a starport and they're trying to land on other people's pads. It's just pointing to the dock at the minute, because that's all I can do. I can't land. So that is the basics of super cruising. I'm going to record a hyper jump sequence next, but I'll just stop recording this now to upload this as a separate video. So hopefully at some point I'm going to see some VXF pilots sat on these landing pads waiting to go do some awesome shit. Anywho, let's go. Oh, such a baby ship. Right, bye byes.